Hey everybody, welcome to the Detox Market Instagram Live. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Krista Rizzo and I am, let me know when you're here. Say hi that you're joining. I'm going to let some people get on and say hello. I'm going to be reading your comments as we go through this. I'm going to also introduce myself in just a minute as soon as we have some people come on here. So hi, let me know where you are, where you're from, what the weather is. I'm currently in Connecticut at our lake house up here, but I usually live in Brooklyn, New York. Hi, how are you, Preet? Hi, everybody. Waving right back at you. Thanks for being here. It's so exciting to have so many people hopping on. Hi, Ashley. So my name is Krista Rizzo, and I am taking over the Detox Market Instagram Live. And you guys are probably like, well, who the heck is she? So I'm going to tell you. I'm the creator of a brand called Why Am I Yelling? And you can go follow me on Instagram at whyamiyelling_ and on Facebook and all the other places too. I'm a certified professional transformational life coach, a relationship expert. I'm a TEDx speaker, and I'm an author. I have a book I wrote about relationships a couple of years ago that came out. I help others take their relationships from surviving to thriving. And right now we are in an incredibly interesting time. Those are the words I'm going to use because our relationships are being tested in every area of our lives, right? We are in the new, I'm calling it the temporary normal that we are living in right now. Because I refuse to believe that we are going to be quarantined for the rest of our lives and not being able to touch or hug or see our loved ones or go to a movie or be at a concert. So for me, I like to think of this as a temporary experience moving into what will hopefully soon be our new normal or some semblance of something that resembles a little bit more of a static routine. Right now, we are just barely surviving. And I don't know about any of you guys, but I have a lot of new responsibilities, right? I am a mom. I have a full-time job. I am a wife. I have all the other things. And I want you guys to tell me how many new responsibilities you guys have taken on. So let me know what you're doing now that you weren't doing 8 or 9 or 10 weeks ago. I don't even know how long we've been in quarantine. 17,000 years, it feels like, right? So I tried to put together something called the new WFH because WFH used to mean work from home. Now, for me, it means work, family, home. And I'm compartmentalizing it because it helps me figure out how to better balance. And I don't love that word because I don't really believe that there's a true balance in our lives. House manager, you got it. Yes, Jason, house manager is 17,000 years. It's true. So I feel like compartmentalizing it now, like the new work, family, home will give me a better way to manage through the chaos. I would be remiss to not say that we are in a time where heightened stress, heightened anxiety, unfamiliarity, uncharted waters, there's all kinds of things that people are calling this right now. If I didn't address the COVID-19. We are having the corona and not the good kind of the corona. We're having the bad kind of the corona. I would much rather be having a cold corona on a beach somewhere right now, and I'm stuck in my bedroom drinking out of my hydro flask with my seltzer and water with lemon. So how are we going to navigate? How do we navigate this temporary normal that we're in? And I've been teaching my clients a few different tips and tools to get through this, to better manage their days and to best manage their sanity. Because right now we are all being spread very thin and we are kind of teetering on the edge. At least I am. I don't know about you guys, but if you're teetering on the edge or if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or you've got more responsibilities, I like house manager too. We're managing more frequently, washing clothes and coats more often, cleaning, but yes, there's a lot more cleaning happening. I feel like I smell like Lysol wipes. That's my new eau de perfume, right? I like the lemon scent, actually. So it makes me feel like I'm clean. So this new temporary normal, what is it all about? It is about, first and foremost, validating your feelings and making sure that you know your feelings matter and the feelings of everybody else around you. This is really important. I've had several clients say to me, oh my gosh, it was kind of a light bulb moment when you said these things to me, because we walked into this quarantine trying to just do the bare necessities and get things done. And I don't think any of us really thought that it was going to last almost 3 months at this point, right? So now we kind of have to readjust, and we have to take a step back, and we have to look at our situation, because all of our situations look different. There's not one person on this planet who isn't being affected by this situation. Every single one of us is being affected in some way, shape, or form, right? Health-wise, financially, economically, community-wise, globally. This is a humanity issue right now, and we all kind of have to join together to help alleviate this stress on the world and alleviate the stress on this virus. So validating your feelings with the people who are in your home with you now. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm going to say I don't know about you a lot, right? I don't know about you, but I am now living in a home with my 2 kids and my husband 24/7. Now, I'm not used to that, because I do typically work from home if I'm not with clients or on a speaking engagement or whatever. But my husband works outside of the home. Both of my children are school aged. I have a ninth grader and second grader. So they go to school for, 8 hours a day. And I have my time to myself to work and do what I need to do. And now we're all piled on top of each other in one big happy family. And we are so happy about it all the time. Not at all, right? Tensions are high, emotions are high. Everybody is feeling this stress and this angst. And what we have to understand is it's not just us. It's the other people that are in our home. It's the people that we can't see on a regular basis other than using technology. Thank God for technology, right? To FaceTime or Zoom or, Microsoft Meet, whatever way, Google Hangout, however you're connecting with your people and your clients and your coworkers. Your family and your friends, these technological advances have been able to pretty much save us over the last 10 weeks. They've allowed us to connect. We're going to talk a little bit more about connection in one of the next steps coming up. But validating your feelings, because they're important. It's important to cry. It's important to feel sad. It's important to feel angry. It's important to feel joy. Right? Finding joy in every single day is a really important thing. When you can find joy, even in the small stuff, your day can actually turn around. And we're going to talk about gratitude practice as part of this as well. So first step is validating feelings and making sure feelings are being acknowledged and being appreciated, because that's a gift that you can give to other people. And it increases communication. And I am a huge believer in communication. It's like the single most important element to a relationship. And so when you can become a good communicator and validate your feelings and the feelings of others that you're in these relationships with, then all the more power to you for strengthening your relationship, right? So amazing and so awesome. Second, creating a loose routine. So now we are several weeks into this, and a lot of you may already have a schedule or some kind of routine that you're following. But I have to tell you, when I first started this quarantine, I was frantic. I was a total mess. It was not easy for me to just shift gears on a dime and not have time to think about it. So for the first week, distance learning with the kids, making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, doing my full-time job, accommodating everybody was not working in the moment. And so what we realized is what we needed was a loose schedule, some kind of guideline for all of us to follow throughout our day, so we didn't feel so overwhelmed and so stressed out. And so that's literally, I took a piece of paper off of my son's easel, and I just wrote down loose routines, school times, breakfast times, lunch times, play times for them to get outside, for all of us to get outside and have some activity in our days. Dinner time, super important, making sure you're sticking to your schedules. But that really helped us just get into a position where we knew what was going on and we knew what needed to be executed and we knew who was helping each other do it, right? In the mornings, I've transferred my schedule between the hours of 9 in the morning and 12 in the afternoon. I don't really see clients or do anything other than help my kids with their schoolwork and get my stuff ready for my day. So my day has shifted right? A lot of you might be experiencing shifts in your days to accommodate your families, to accommodate your work situation, to accommodate the other people in your home. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who are quarantining with friends or extended family because you were like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this with my posse. And I think that's awesome. And you're probably at 10 weeks into it, a little bit like this, a little bit stressed, a little bit overwhelmed. So creating routines and validating feelings and keeping your emotions and your communication on fleek is really, really important. Managing expectations is next. Here's the thing with that. None of us are that great at managing expectations and telling people how we really feel because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, right? So we have to get good at, this is what my expectation is of my day. This is what my expectation is of how my children's day is going to go. This is what the days and the weeks and the months now are going to start looking like. So I can have a better handle on having a more solid routine for myself, being able to implement some boundaries. Like right now, I am in my bedroom doing this live Instagram to you guys. And there's a sign on the door that outside says, "Do not disturb, mom is working." These are my boundaries. You cannot come in here for the next hour while I am entertaining everybody at the Detox Market. And we're chatting about how we can better, manage our lives during uncertain times. But really setting expectations and boundaries is really important. And so that all is part of communication. It's all part of, this is how I feel, this is what I need, and I need you to tell me the same thing, right? Finding places for people to be and have their own places to go or areas of retreat or respite for them. I know for us, when we started, the quarantine, we figured out that everybody needed their own space. And so there's workspaces for school and there's workspaces for work. And there's all kinds of things that are being done in our house and with our family to make that happen, right? So those are the kinds of boundaries that you can present for your people, and you can set your expectations with them, right? I'm in my workstation between the hours of X and X. And now I'm in, the living room or the TV station or whatever the station is that you're in, to make sure that you are doing all the things you need to do to get what you need. And if you guys have any questions as you're going through this, I actually don't know the answer to that question. Skincare obsessed beauty. I don't know where the gua shes are made, if they're in Canada or Europe. But I will ask when we get off this call. Next, we talked about validating feelings. We talked about creating a loose routine. We are talking about managing expectations, connection. It seems like overnight we were forced to disconnect from the people that we love the most. Our coworkers who we see every single day, our friends on the playground if you're a parent, even our loved ones, our parents, our sisters, our brothers, our best friends, the people. Girls' nights have been canceled, guys' nights have been canceled, date nights have been canceled. Things have had to change on a dime. And that can be a difficult pill to swallow, especially since it's, 9 or 10 weeks long at this point, right? So finding moments to connect is very important. Doing it in your own home, right? Starting new traditions. We have gained more time with the people that we love the most. If you're in quarantine with the people that you have a family with or that you want to be with, they're the people that you want to be on this earth with the most, right? So we're having dinner together. We're not in that commuting time anymore. We've gotten our time back, right? So connecting and talking and texting and sending, my kids have been sending letters to friends and family members, drawing cards, connecting with your neighbors by way of putting pictures in our windows of rainbows and thank you to the healthcare workers and the frontline responders and anybody who is working right now to make sure that we are all staying safe and healthy. Those are the things that we are doing to connect with our world outside and inside. We are connecting inside by having more family time, creating more areas and pockets of bonding moments, game nights, movie nights, things like that. It can get really fun, and it can be really really good conversation starters, especially if you've got some kids and you have a lot to say and you've got a lot of things that you want to talk about, and you want to let them get their feelings out. So connection is one of the greatest things that we can give to ourselves. It really does help us with our mind, and it makes our brains work. I think we're feeling a lot of overwhelm because we're allowing all of the things that we can't control seep into our lives. We are constantly on the search. We're asking what if and when will. Like, what if this happens? And when will we be able to go back to work? And when are we going to be able to see our friends? And when is school going to go back? And what is our summer going to look like? And all of these things. When can I go on vacation? All this stuff. And it can be overwhelming. And we're relying on outside sources to keep us informed. But that information is coming in so rapidly that it's overwhelming us. And sometimes it's sending us down the rabbit hole of despair because all the news can just be so much, so much, so much. So allowing yourself to disconnect from that stuff and be present for what actually really matters. And that is for yourself, for your mind, body, and spirit, for your kids, for your loved ones, for the people that you are in your home with and quarantining with. That really matters. So take advantage of being able to control what you can control and kind of letting go of the stuff that you can't control and limiting your use of the stuff that you can't control, right? We can sit on our phones and scroll all day long and comment and dislike and like and agree and disagree and read all of the information that's coming out. And you can look up and say, oh my gosh, what happened to the 2 hours that I was just supposed to be doing something else with, right? Make sure that you are allotting your time and scheduling your time to be productive and make yourself feel good, because that is the most important thing, right? I cannot talk enough about being connected to people that are supportive of you and supportive of your community and are creating bonds and doing good things out there in the world. I know for me, I am a helper. I am a survivor of September 11th. We basically watched the Twin Towers fall in our own backyard. We lived in the World Financial Center at the time. And when that happened, I wanted to jump in and help. I wanted to give it my all. I wanted to volunteer everywhere. I wanted to give my blood. I wanted to do all the things. And that was a much different situation than the situation that we're in now. This thing that we're living with or experiencing is asking us to not be present. It's asking us to be away. It's asking us to flatten the curve and stay at home and quarantine or whatever it is that you're calling it. So how do we feel good about ourselves by connecting? We're going to talk about anxiety and we're going to talk about self-care in just a second. By doing good things in your community, right? Raising money from far away, going to do some volunteer work. There are plenty of organizations that need help with volunteering, and they're doing it in a way that is socially responsible, socially distant. It is really well done and very, very well spaced. I have some, yes. Hi. Okay. So under Define Beauty, my name is Krista Rizzo and I am from Why Am I Yelling? I guess I can put it in here. Follow me at follow me here on Instagram. I just did that for the Detox Market because I'm in their thing. So connecting and doing good things for your community makes you feel good. And that might help a little bit, Preet, for your anxiety, right? If you're doing good things for other people, you kind of forget that you're feeling overwhelmed and you're welcome. You are yelling. I'm yelling because I'm passionate. Yelling equals passion for me. It's the positive spin on the word that everybody says. Yelling is a bad thing, and it's not. Yelling is a great thing. We yell because we're excited. I'm yelling today because I'm here talking to you guys. My final tip. So now we've talked about validating feelings while you're in quarantine and making sure your loved ones and the people that you care about know that you are feeling the way you're feeling. And that you acknowledge that they are having their feelings, because that's important. We talked about creating a loose routine and feeling and finding some semblance of balance, which is a word that I don't really like. I don't like balance and I don't like perfect, because there's no such thing as either one of them, right? So, finding something that works for you and your family while you're in this temporary normal, this space, the in-between is what I'm calling it, right? Managing your expectations and setting your own boundaries. Really important when you are now in four walls with multiple people all the time. It can get very, very overwhelming. And Preet says anxiety inducing. Connect with your supporters, connect with your community, connect with doing good things out in the world, and take care of yourself. So self-care is something that I had to learn about the hard way. I've always been a, self-care in the way of mani-pedi kind of stuff. But I never really knew what the true definition of self-care was until I actually had to force myself to do it. I found myself 6 years ago in a very toxic work environment, and it was taking a lot of my energy. It was causing anxiety. It was causing depression. It actually caused me to burn out. I physically had to leave that experience and that job because I could not function healthfully for myself anymore. And during that transformation time, I leaned into self-care. I started reading self-care books. I started reading self-help books. I started listening to coaches. I started doing all kinds of things that showed me the way to getting healthy for me first. And as a woman of a certain age, right? I'm older than probably all of you. I was not taught to put myself first. I was always taught, take care of your partner and take care of your kids and take care of your house and take care of your job and take care of all the other things. And then if you have 5 minutes for yourself, go get your nails done. But really, that's wrong. You should be taking care of yourself first, because when you feel good about you and you feel good about how your mind is and how your body is and how your spirit is, and it really just is all about your personal health, everybody else is going to feel good too, because you're firing on all cylinders. And that means you are present and you are available and you are giving all of your relationships the one on. You're like, let's go, let's focus, let's make this happen. And you're encouraging and you are giving back. And that's what self-care is all about. It's nurturing and feeding yourself so you can feed everybody else in your life. So how do you take care of yourself and reduce your anxiety and reduce your stress and try to figure out how to move through this temporary normal by giving yourself some time, especially when it's so chaotic, right? For me, I learned meditation, and I learned that I needed moments for myself throughout my day to help me get energized. And so I meditate twice a day. In the morning, literally before I get out of bed, I wake up, I open my eyes, I close my eyes, and I do some meditation. Sometimes I do guided meditations, and sometimes, since I've been doing it for so long, I just meditate on my own. And I do it for about 15 minutes. I journal. I love to write in my journal, especially now during this uncertain time. I want to be able to go back in a couple of years or even in a couple of months and flip through my pages and see what I was feeling, what I wanted to get out of this, what I thought, was happening, how my children were experiencing it, all that stuff. So I highly recommend journaling and getting your feelings out on paper or typing into your phone or typing into your computer or whatever, but releasing the stuff that is not serving you, right? Yoga breathing. I do some yoga. I exercise some way, shape, or form every day. If that means getting outside and going for a walk, or doing some exercise. Now I can't go to the gym, so we're doing exercising at home, yoga, deep breathing, all that stuff. I make sure that I get outside every single day and breathe the air, even if it is just for 5 minutes to walk around my house, or 10 minutes to walk down the road, or to even sit on my back deck and just feel like I am energizing myself with fresh air and with nature. And I walk around and I look around what's going on, and I, see my neighbors and I wave from a distance, and that makes me feel really good. And it really centers me and grounds me to, Mother Nature and Earth. And that's really important for me. And then what I like to do is I like to spend time with my family, right? So meditation for beginners, that is a great question. So when I first started meditating, I actually have a friend. Her name is Agapi Stasinopoulos. Look her up. She is Ariana Huffington's sister. She wrote a book about meditation. I highly suggest that you get a copy of it because it has a new mantra or a new meditation for every day. There's 52, I think, mantras in there. I could be wrong. There might be more. But it's a great beginner meditation guide because she walks through how she started her meditation practice, and she's been doing it for probably, I don't even know, 40 years. But that's great, getting a book, or YouTube has some really great, if you just Google search meditation for beginners or meditation for how you want to feel. There are meditations for anxiety, for stress, for abundance, if you want to feel more abundant. There is for energy, for sleep. So I suggest that you play around with it because it's different for everybody. Don't be discouraged if you are meditating and all of a sudden your mind wanders to something else. Like I have been meditating for 6 years pretty religiously now, twice a day. And I still often find myself thinking about, okay, I'm having this really great meditation and then I'm thinking about what I'm making for dinner later tonight. Oh, bring it back in, right? You just kind of have to play around with it and don't feel any pressure around it. Give yourself grace and just keep, trying different things and until you find something that actually feels right for you. I would maybe follow Abraham Hicks. I really love her meditations. Gabby Bernstein does a bunch of really good meditations. If you really want to go in with like the all in and the heavy hitters, Deepak Chopra does a lot of really great meditation stuff. So just do some, searching on the internet. You're going to find all kinds of great stuff, and really you'll jive with somebody out there who will help you. And I highly suggest guided meditation to begin because that will help you understand like the breathing techniques. There are a bunch of different ways that you can breathe. There's yoga breathing. You can hold it for 4, release it for 4, or hold it for 6, release it for 4. A lot of really different great ways to get your energy moving and your blood flowing just by breathing techniques. So I hope you have a lot of fun doing it, Quay, because it really is. It's a really fun thing to get into if you're interested in it. So I hope that it works for you. And follow me and let me know how you're doing because I'd love to know. So meditation is what I do, and gratitude practice. Every night before I go to bed, I meditate for a little bit and I say thank you. I say thank you for all of the blessings that I have. I say thank you for the hard stuff because sometimes the hard stuff gets you to where the good stuff happens on the other side. And it really is a journey that we're all on. It's a feeling, it's a moment. It's the day or the week or the month or the year. It's really a moment in time. And so focusing on the good stuff, right? Being thankful for your health, being thankful for the people that that I know several people who have been fighting this disease, this virus, and thank God they're all going to be okay. But it really does put into perspective what a lot of people are going through. And what we're going through as well. We're all going through something, and we have to be able to acknowledge that. And that is part of your self-care routine. Self-care also, I'm a huge fan of the Detox Market, and I would not let you guys go without some of my favorite things that I do. So my favorite brand from the Detox Market is Odysite. I found them shopping at the Detox Market, I guess at the end of last year, and I love them. But this is part of my self-care routine. I do it every night, right? So I've got my spray, my face mist, aloe and immortelle face mist, and then I've got my serum, my watermelon serum, and hibiscus, and I put it all over my face, and I get my gua sha stone, and I do my gua sha, and I try to make the wrinkles go away, and lift my face, and then once or twice a week I'll do my mask. These are my favorite products, and I haven't tried all the products at the Detox Market, but I'm a product junkie, and as soon as I can go back and start touching things, I will. But find a ritual that works for you. If it is reading a book, if it is taking a bath, if you're like me and you need different pockets of time for yourself during the day, do that. Figure out how to make it work in your temporary normal and then turn it into part of your new normal as we, exit out of this tunnel that we're currently in, right? This is, it kind of feels dark right now, but I feel like there's some light seeping through the cracks. And that makes me feel good because that makes me feel like, okay, this isn't forever. We're going to get out of this. And just like every other, difficult thing or obstacle we've had to overcome, there's going to be something on the other side. And always remember that you have the choice of what that is. And things might be hard right now. They're hard for a lot of us, right? Things might feel hard and they might feel like, oh my gosh, I can't even sometimes get my head off the pillow because it's hard. Know that if you just keep going, if you can find, a moment in your day every day to do one thing to move yourself forward, you have achieved something, right? You have achieved an accomplishment. You have achieved something that is going to get you to the other side, to your new normal, to whatever it is that's out there after this moment and temporary normal is over. Self-care is the single most important gift you can give to yourself. The greatest gift you could give to yourself, because you're worth it, because you matter, because your feelings matter, because your body deserves it. We are right now asked to be, focusing on our health and making sure that we're feeding and nurturing ourselves every single day in the best way possible. So do it with, kindness and care and love for yourself first. You are an example for everybody else in your home. And if you're taking care of yourself, everyone else is going to see that. And they're going to see, oh my gosh, Preet is taking care of himself. How is he doing it? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about why he's feeling so good right now. And you can help somebody else feel good. Or your kids are seeing you, take a step back. Mom needs a minute or dad needs a minute. And I just need to go and, take a bath and face mist my face, right? Whatever it is for you, just doing the things that you need for yourself are very, very, very important. I'm glad that you love this. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Let's talk. Let's chat. We've got some time. So share with me your favorite self-care products. Share with me your best practices that you have found to be working during quarantine, right? How many of you guys are essential workers and are on the front lines? If you are, I applaud you and I thank you so much for what you are doing for us, for keeping us healthy. And I hope that we're doing the best that we can for you. I know it has not been easy for a lot of people. I know that it hasn't been easy for any of us really, but I take this very seriously, and I take it very seriously because I want to make sure that the people that I love and I care about, and that really is all of humanity. I am a humanitarian at heart, right? I support my earth and my planet and all the people in it. So I want to do my part. And so I'm teaching that to my children, and we're teaching that to our friends, and we're having social distance walks or bike rides, but we're making sure that we're doing it responsibly, right? We have to slow baby step our way back into some semblance of normalcy at some point when there's, a vaccine or something that's going to make us all feel better about wanting to hug and make out with everybody again. Because when I get out of this, I'm hugging all the people, all of them. But just make sure that you're doing it for yourself first and you're taking care of you so you can better take care of everybody else. This is a communal endeavor, you guys. We are all in this together. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way. I know it feels heavy. And I know it feels like you're in it alone sometimes. And know that you're not. Know that there's always somebody there to help you. Follow me if you feel like you need somebody there to help you, because I'm happy to do that. I am always open and available to chat or DM or get on the phone or do whatever, because this is really important stuff. I have a YouTube channel that is full of really good videos to use as resources. So go hit up the Why Am I Yelling YouTube channel to get some free stuff. Because I think this is a really important time for us to be sharing. And it's a really important time for us to be connecting, even with people that we don't know. And that's why I've been doing these these conversations with collaborative partners. I just did one for Microsoft last week, and now I'm at the Detox Market, and I'm just, sharing my best practices in the hopes that it will help somebody along the way feel good about themselves, or pass it along, or want to start something new for themselves and look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I'm worth it. And so I'm going to start doing this for me. And that is going to in turn teach others how to do it for themselves too, because that's what it means. It means that we are all together and we're all in it together. And if we can come out of this knowing a lot more about ourselves in a positive light, and knowing more about our communities and about humanity, I think we're learning a lot over these last 9 or 10 weeks that we've been dealing with this. And I think that we are going to continue to learn a lot as we move through it. So remember that you always have the choice. You have the choice to feel good, and you have the choice to take care of yourself, and you have the choice to rely and lean on and ask for help from the people who are around you. And trust me when I tell you this, if you ask for help, somebody will show up. You might be surprised at who it will be, but somebody will always show up. If anybody has any questions, hit me up right now. If you want me to repeat anything, let me know. If you want to connect with me, hit me up at @YAMIYelling_ on all of the social media channels. Follow me there. I am happy to connect. I love chatting with all of you guys. This has been super fun for me. Go to the Detox Market and get your stuff. Odysite is the best. And, find your products for you, because it's all natural and it's good for you. And it's like, getting rid of my wrinkles, I think. At least I hope, I think. So if anybody has any questions, now's your time. Questions, comments, best practices. What are you doing to make yourself feel sane during quarantine? How are you taking care of yourself, mind, body, spirit? What do you recommend for preventing arguments with either? Communicate. Expectations and boundaries. So the question is this: what do you recommend for preventing arguments with your significant other in quarantine? So this is a topic that I have been tackling every single day with all different clients, because nobody expected that they would be with their most beloved 24/7, 365, right? This is my fake smile. It's not easy. Not gonna lie, right? And so you kind of have to figure out what's worth the arguing and what's not. So my biggest advice, I have been married it'll be 19 years next week. We've been together for 23 years. We were 7 when we got together. So we've been together for a long time. We have 2 children together. It's not an easy thing to be doing. And now all of a sudden, after being together, we've been together for 23 years. We've always had full-time jobs, and we've always worked outside of the home, and we haven't been together on top of each other, literally, in a really long time, since our honeymoon probably, or vacation or something, right? Where you actually want to be together. This is a situation that is unprecedented, and it is causing us to have to pause before we react. So my best advice, and this is best relationship advice, best marriage advice, best partnership advice, right? Is think before you speak. If you are about to go in for the jugular because somebody left a pair of socks on the floor and didn't pick them up, because that makes me crazy, or for something small, think before you speak, right? Pick your battles on that one. If it is something that is more urgent to you, that is more important to you, think before you speak, right? Have your thoughts kind of pulled together a little bit. I will tell you this. My husband and I have been together for 23 years. We've never had a fight. We've had disagreements. We have had debates. But we've never had a fight that used words that we didn't want to come out of our mouths. We've never called each other bad names. We made a pact when we first got together that we would never do that. And I'm sure we've said it to each other in our heads plenty of times, but they've never come out of our mouths. And that takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a commitment to believing that this partnership is worth that kind of time and that kind of effort and that kind of energy. If your significant other is your partner in life at this moment, or is your chosen partner in life for the long haul, respect is really important. And understanding what their love language is and them understanding what your love language is very important. So communication, single most important, essential in any relationship. I talk about it in my book. I wish I had a copy right here to show you, but I don't. It's Why Am I Yelling? Because relationships. You can get it for 50% off at my website. Go get it there. But really, think before you speak. Think about the outcome you want to have of that conversation. Where do you want it to go? Do you want to keep arguing with this person, or do you want to make it better? It takes work. And I oftentimes hear the pushback of, well, my partner doesn't want to work, and my partner doesn't want to talk, and my partner doesn't want this. I can pretty much guarantee if you went to your partner and you looked them in the eye and you had zero judgment on your face and you were really serious, and a lot of times it can be a very emotional thing. Like, I probably will water up just thinking about it because I have a lot of clients who have been going through this right now. And you say to them, listen, I really need you to hear me right now. And I will respect your answers and your conversation as long as you respect mine. And I deserve it and you deserve it. And we both deserve to work through this together, right? Not easy conversations to have, never easy conversations to have. But when you have initiated those conversations and you start doing the work, because anything that's worth it takes work. Nothing is easy, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is easy. It all takes work, right? You will get a response that you might not expect. You might get a response that says, I don't feel like talking. And then that is a much different conversation, and you might need a coach, you might need a therapist, you might need somebody to help you through it. But I think that if you just go and expose yourself and be raw and authentic and vulnerable with your significant other, you will get a response that you will appreciate. I hope that answered your question, and I hope that helps. Let me know. I want to know, holistic skin therapist, because that's important to me. I don't take these conversations lightly, and I don't take anybody's feelings lightly. And so if you want to chat about it or let me know how you initiated that conversation, I'd love to know. So hit me up and chat me about that. What else, everybody? What else? This has been super fun. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so thankful for you all. If I don't have any more questions, I'm going to end this live, sadly, but it was such a pleasure being on this Instagram live, taking over the detox market today. You're welcome. It's been my pleasure. I hope to see you guys here real soon, and follow me on Why Am I Yelling _ on all the social channels, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone.